There's a lot of people out there that are essentially saying that, oh, you better watch out, or there'll be a civil strife or civil guerra. You know what I'm saying in Spanish. Spanish guerra means, this word right here. It means that word. What I'm trying to implore to everybody who's going to listen to me in the sound of my voice is that you don't want this, especially if you're on the left. You don't want this. I don't want this. No one should want this. I hope that we're smart enough and mature enough to where we can come together and hash out our differences. Well, according to Kathy Griffin, no, there's only one way to do that, though. If you want civil guerra, that means you're going to vote Republican. If you don't want civil guerra, you vote Democrat. Ah, I see. She tweeted this. If you don't want a civil war, vote for Democrats in November. If you do want civil war, vote Republican. So, if I get this straight, the gaslighting here, she's saying that people who are Republicans or on the right side of the political spectrum, or even right side of Pol Pot, Lenin, Stalin, are the evil ones who want civil strife, civil guerra. Right. What I find funny is that her goddamn side keeps banging on about civil war. Even Tim Pool, you know who he is, bangs on about civil war. I honestly think that he's actually reading the tea leaves and he sees some things that maybe perhaps you or I do not. I don't think we're there yet, but I do think we're in the first, warm-up stages of a civil war, meaning that the political, the ties that bind us are pretty loose right now. They're pretty broken. They're pretty split. They're fractured. People like this, this person here, who's got a face only a mother could love, if she's got one, is that why are these people like this are banging on about civil strife, civil war? Why are they banging on about it? It almost seems like they want it to happen. You always have to be wary of people who want things like this to happen. First, just assume they're a Fed, because Feds are only people who think like that, who are trying to push some sort of narrative, who are glowy, who are glowing in the night. You know that when someone pushes this, who tells you to do something illegal, they're a Fed. Don't trust them. Her, I wouldn't trust. She's saying that if you're a certain political, if you lie on a certain spot in the political spectrum, that you're going to create civil war? No. Idiot. Kathy Griffin, I'm trying to say you don't want this. Some of your people on your stupid political side want a civil war. I'm trying to tell you, you don't want it. Your side is ill-prepared. Your side is weak. You can't even criticize your own side without them getting cry closets. No. I'm telling you this right now for you to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Understand this, lefties. Understand this, liberals. Understand this, Democrats. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. You don't want this. You're weak. You're not prepared. You can't handle this. Because understand that if the right side of the political spectrum decides to get... We already know when your left side of the political spectrum gets pissed off, you firebomb courthouses, you dress in black bloc, and you do all sorts of crazy crap. You burn down cities, and for the most part, the police just lets you do that. You don't want the right side, okay, of the political spectrum. The people who are saying that are always angry and always armed up and geeked out. You want to go against them? You want to go against us? Why? Are you insane? You think the police out there and law enforcement are going to stop anything from happening once it cooks off? I hope it doesn't. They're YouTube and Susan Wojcicki. I'm just telling you right now, you don't want this. You can't handle this left side of the political spectrum. You're weak. You're soft. You are 10 fucking ply. You can't do anything. Look, I'm telling you this right now. Let's try to hash this out before it gets too crazy. Because once it gets crazy, okay, there is no putting that genie back in the bottle. There's no walking the rhetoric back. It's done. You don't want this. I'm trying to be your friend here, even though you don't want this. I don't want to be your friend, but I'm trying to be a friend in humanity here. You don't want this. You think you do. You think that just by saying this, well, you better vote Democrat, or if you do, or then nothing will happen. But if you vote Republican, something bad's going to happen. So you're gaslighting us. So you're saying everybody in the right side of the political spectrum is, let's face it, evil. And that's what you're saying. You're saying we're evil. And I'm saying you're evil, but let's back this truck up a little bit. Let's sort of go to a neutral site. Let's hash this out before this political becomes political violence. I'm trying to save lives here, people. Kathy Griffin, you left-hard lunatics. I'm trying to set the stage here right now to, hey, let's back this up. Because if you wanted this to cook off, go ahead. Do it. But I'm telling you right now, you don't want this to happen. I'm telling you. I'm telling you this right now. You don't want us to get pissed off. We're already pissed off. But you don't want it to push us over the edge. You don't. Just as much as I don't want to push you over the edge. But you seem to be wanting to go down that route. And I'm telling you, you don't want this. You don't. You're ill-prepared. You can't handle any of what's going to go on. There is no cry closets in the Civil War. Just look in recent history of any civil war or any civil strife, not even in our country, but in other countries. You just can't handle it. You're weak. I'm just telling you. I'm repeating myself what I'm telling you. I'm going to end it right here. I am telling you, leftards, liberal lunatics, Democrats, douchebags out there who are trying to stoke this. Don't do it. You don't want it. I'm telling you, you don't want it. But if you keep insisting, you only have yourself to blame in the end.